Welcome to my first ARK stream. I am the Rebel Weasel, and you're here on Curiosity Gaming, ARK number 1. We're starting out on the island, and today's goal will be to get a few Pteranadon tames. But before I get started, I wanted to give you a good viewpoint of where I am starting. I've played this game, I've started so many times, and actually never played it all the way through to completion as far as content goes. And I'm really tired of starting over and starting over and starting over, and my general tradition is to start on the island and play each map in its difficulty ranking as they came out, and then DLCs and such like, based on how hard or how interesting they are. And where that leaves me is that I always start on the island, and I always want to start the island at the very easiest spots, which are usually the deserts. I mean the tropical beaches down in the south and the easy areas, because I'm starting out a brand new character, right? Well, what I decided was this time around I'm going to start in a harder zone. I've never lived in the winter areas before, and I'm really particularly fond of how beautiful the snow and the mountains are. So we're going to start by pulling up my map and having a look at it to give you an idea of my location. Try to find the lighting there. There we go. So we're in the north, and we're in a location that's typically called the Winter's Mouth. The Winter's Mouth is this river here that goes in between the Blue Obelisk Mountain to the west, and I believe it's called White Fang's Peak to the right there, to the east, and the river empties itself out into the Northern Ocean. So the spot that I would have liked to have taken would have been, yes, right on the Northern Ocean. However, that spot was taken. For some reason, my bird is not going fast. That seems odd. My shift key is not shifting. But it turned out that someone else had already claimed this spot when I came to this server group that I'm playing on currently. This is the spot here where I would have liked to have been. This little island right here on the ocean. It's a beautiful spot for living in the winter because it's right in the middle of everything. And oh, is their base gone? It looks like their base is gone. I wonder if I want to take this spot now. Well, I'll think about it. Maybe I'll talk in chat with the people that, see if I can contact the people who used to live here and let them know their base despawned. Do they want the spot anymore? Can I have it? So I love this spot, although it can be really crazy dangerous. And the reason why is because a Giga spawns up there, up on the ridges directly in front of me there, and has a tendency to wander down here. But the access to the ocean to make a water pen is really remarkably nice and convenient. I really like the idea of being able to do that, so yeah, I might see about taking this spot. For now, what I've done is traditionally what I do is I pick my spot, and then I create what I call my temporary construction house. And I like to get things like egg-laying animals and gardening, automated gardening, started as quickly as possible. So I will always start a construction house that's a little off-center of where I want my base to be, and then from there I will begin to construct my base. So this particular evening is not starting out with a perfect fresh start, in that I've already have a character. I've been playing her on this server for a little while now. I haven't actually been playing actively on any video games since August of last year, Today is currently March 12th, 2019. So yes, it's been quite a while since I've actually been able to play any video games, and I'm really looking forward to getting into it. So anyway, where we're at right now is I figured that since my favorite spot was taken down there on the ocean side where I could have a good water area, that I would move up river, and this looked like a really good spot. It has not very many flat areas, but some pretty good low areas right about here where you could construct, for instance, 2 towers on either side of the river connecting over the river and have a beautiful scenic view of the waterfall behind. And with a tech transmitter, you could transmit your water animals in here for storage if that was the best that you could get, if you didn't want to have a secondary base for just water animals. So this is my construction house, and it's just a block, and I'll give you a quick tour of what I feel is a necessary things to have in a construction house. I always like to have a second floor with automatically set opening doors for my birds so that I can fly in and out very easily. And of course, the feeding trough is essential. And I just set up multiple beds so that if I die too many times in a row, I can respawn. And the very basic crafting stations that you need to start out with. You know, the S+ station is pretty convenient. Mortar and pestle, forge, smithy. These are some specialized crafting stations for mods. Basic storage, nothing special. Just weapons, armor, saddles, and trophies and skins. And then my very first metal box, when I level up to a high enough character that I can craft this, the reason why I like these is because they're pretty indestructible. So even if this entire house disappeared for any particular reason, like a Giga came over here and destroyed it or something, this metal box would still be here. So generally speaking, I store resources, really high-end level stuff in here, things that are special to me, like this is my normal gear loadout right here. And my animals are stored in my metal box. How am I storing my animals in my metal box, you may ask? Well, that's a good question. So we're going to Alt-Tab out and have a look at my desktop for a moment. And I am using a mod called Dino Storage. Dino Storage, it's currently on version 2, is sort of like a Pokeball system. Basically, you are able to use either a gun or your hands and use these little crystal balls that you can store your dinos in, just like a Pokemon ball. And while they're in the balls, they don't get hungry. Time doesn't pass for them. I believe timers do expire. There's a few things here. This is called Dino Storage version 2 by Lethal. And you can see the mod ID there, 16091383112. It's clean and stackable. And basically what it does is it stores them into these balls, but the data is actually stored in your character files on the server. And these storage balls can be transferred between servers. It's usually best to transfer them in your inventory. If you tend to transfer them if you try to transfer them in the transfer beacon, they might crash you trying to transfer maps, and it's usually best not to have too many of them in your inventory at a time. If you're going to do a lot of mass transfers, you might as well just use the beacon as intended. But what I really like about it is that if I'm going to a new map where I don't have a bed, I don't have a house, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to die, like say, oh, I don't know, something that starts with the initials SE. Whenever I go to Scorched Earth, I die several times before I can get a safe house and a bed set up, and I lose everything in my inventory, and sometimes that stuff's not recoverable. So what I end up doing is taking at least what I call my emergency Pteranadon in a storage ball in my inventory, and immediately pull that thing out the minute I can get to a safe spot. If I see things that want to kill me, I run until I can shake them off or get to a safe space. I pull out my Pteranadon, I get up in the air, and I'm, oh, thank God. Then I go site my base and put down my temporary construction base on that map. So that's one of the reasons why I really like these. The other reason is because naturally I can have my dinos stored into this container and I don't have to worry about them lagging me out. It takes out an amazing amount of lag from the server not to have all of your dinos out all the time. I only have out, this is my temporary greenhouse. And this is what I feel is essential for starting the game. I get up to this point where I have at least 2 of every crop so that I can get them stored up and start being able to make things that are essential, such as kibbles for taming the animals that you really need. So I get myself a big flock of dodos to start out on my first eggs for egg collection, and I try to go for the S+ item collector, which picks up poops and eggs and compost bins and plants and a basic kitchen. And that is what I feel is the most essential starting thing for when you're beginning your base. You don't even start building the base. Just put a block down, get this stuff going, because generating eggs and crops takes a period of time. You don't just automatically get enough citrus fruits in order to, you know, create the soups and potions and kibbles and things that you need right away. So that's always my first priority. And of course, my next priority is birds. Currently upstairs, I just have the eagle cargo. He's a free bird. My community has something called the community center, where when you're first starting out with a new character, you can have the advantage of getting a couple of free animals to start you out, and that's really helpful. So I grabbed an eagle, and now for me today, my biggest priority is to get myself set up with several Pteranodons, balled up. I want at least 2 Pteranodons per map as emergency Pteranodons. I would like to get high-level ones that are worth breeding and are worth using in combat. I like Pteranodons for combat way better than I like eagles for combat. I tend to run out of stamina really fast in the eagle, and I find that the combat mechanics in eagle are more difficult with larger animals that you can't pick up. If it's an animal that you can pick up, I like to use the eagle. If it's an animal that you cannot pick up, like a Carno T-Rex, I prefer to use the Pteranodon. So that's my goal today, is to get myself set up with a Pteranodon. So in order to do that, I have put together some supplies, and unfortunately some things have changed pretty dramatically since the last time I tried to tame anything. And what has changed so dramatically is what kind of kibble a Pteranodon takes. So when I first started this out, I made myself a whole bunch of dodo kibble. It's strange, this website won't load. We are on Dododex, www.dododex.com. There we go. And it used to be that he would take dodo kibble, but now he takes something called regular kibble. Regular kibble, they have the kibble system updated now. Regular kibble comes from medium-sized eggs. And medium-sized eggs come from an Inky, Baryonyx, Carno, Dimetrodon, Diplodocus, Capro, Kintro, Pachyrhinoceros, Pelagornis, Sarco, Stego, Terrorbird, Thorny Dragon, Trudon, Velonosaur, that's new to me, and a turtle, Carbonemus. So I don't have any of those. I wasn't at all prepared. I got dodos. Dodos are extra small eggs. The only thing that I can tame with basic kibble made from extra small dodo eggs is a Dillo, another dodo, a Featherlight, Glowtail, Penguin, Lystrosaurus, Mesopithecus, the little tiny monkey, a Parasaur, a Phiomia, and a Vulture. Almost none of these are really very helpful to me. I really don't want any of them. If I wanted to create regular kibble, I would have to have one of these animals in order to tame the Pteranadon. There it is right there. Kind of sucks. So we're pretty much relegated to meat. I don't have access to mutton. Getting prime meat, I could probably pick up a little bit, but not a lot. I'm not going to depend heavily on it. And then after that is basic raw meat. So we're not going to get a great tame. We're really not going to get a great tame. Not only are we not going to get a great tame, if I plug in what the maximum level and the taming multiplier is here, let's go ahead and look that information up. I have that written down in my journal. So I'll grab my journal. Now, the maximum level for animals here on this server cluster is 210. Now, I generally accept 80% of the max level. Anything that's roughly 80% or higher is to me a good level to tame. That means that a good level to tame would be anything that's 168 plus. Now, if somebody recommended to me in a long time ago that when I want to calculate what stats I want to use for breeding on an animal would be, generally speaking, the best you can expect to have, what you want is an animal that put a majority of its stats into one category instead of an even killed animal that spread its stats out over all of its categories, like speed and damage and health. You want one that put a large percentage of its stats into one category. You want it to be kind of specialized. And what happens is that when an animal spawns, it spawns with a set number of points that it can spend into its stats. So if it spawns at say the max level is 210 and it spawns in as a level 210, then from level 1 to level 210 it had 209 points it could have conceivably put into its stats. And out of those 209 points, you can expect and hope for between 18 and 25% to go into one single stat. That's a good stat. So if I took 18 to 25% of 100, if I say 168 is a starting level for me, as to what I'm willing to tame, that means that it had 167 points. So 18 to 25% of 167 points that could have been spent into stats would be 30 to 41 points in a single stat. So I'm looking for level 168 plus with 30 to 41 points into a single stat. Naturally, I would prefer that that stat be something that I really like health or damage. It's different for wyverns. The wyverns go up to a higher level. It's different for the tech animals. I don't know what their max level is. I haven't calculated that. My servers are set to taming times 5. So knowing that it's taming times 5, max level 210, we're going to switch over and plug in max level 210, taming multiplier 5 and calculate that. The Dodo Dex will now tell me that if I tame a Pteranodon at the max level that I could find, I would need 28 raw meats. It would take me an hour and 10 minutes. And in order to keep it asleep so that it doesn't wake up, I would need either 327 narcoberries or 74 narc pots. In addition to that, it will tell me what it'll take to knock him out. I plan to use a crossbow. So if I use a crossbow at 100%, I can expect that if I do headshots across the bottom here, that 3 arrows will knock out a Pteranodon. If I only hit it in the body, 7 arrows should knock out a Pteranodon. I can't remember what percentage damage my crossbow is. Let's go have a look. I believe I loaded my crossbow on cargo to get him ready to go. Yep, there it is. So my crossbow is 157.5%. Let's flip on over and let's just plug that in. 157.5 means that 5 shots to the body, 2 shots to the head will knock him out. So I don't need a ton of trank arrows, but I am going to need a ton of narco berries and or ARK pots. So keeping that in mind, I have 63 arrows, which is more than enough to tame at least 2 to 4 Pteranodons. I have my crossbow. I have this thing here called an appetizer. It says that it lowers the food at a faster rate. It makes your animal that's been tranked hungry faster. So I thought I'd give that a try. I went ahead and made some of those. I'm taking a sickle along so that I can gather some fiber while I'm out. And I'm taking some orbs. These are the orbs from the Dino Storage mod to store my Pteranodons in so that I can bring them home. I'm taking a saber-toothed cat with me. This was also a free community gift that I'm going to hunt meat with while I'm out. And I always keep an emergency torch in my Pteranodon and the cat's saddle. And we're taking a reusable bola so that I can hold the Pteranodon and shoot while I'm shooting him. So the things that I need to stock up on, since I don't have kibble, are meat and narcotics or narcoberries. I have 1,300 narcopots. If I did 4, that would be 100. That would be 200 narcopots that I would need to take. Just to make life easy on me and not have to carry tons of berries, I'm just going to take some narcopots with me. So I'll just grab that many. The other thing, meat. Let's see what I have for meat. Not much at all. So you know what? I'm taking my saber tooth and I'm going to have to hunt meat while I'm out there. Now, there is another mod that I'm using. Let's go ahead and show that to you. The other mod that I'm using is called Immersive Taming. And the way immersive taming works is that it makes taming more immersive. Aren't I clever? So basically the way immersive taming works is that it adds a whole bunch of different dynamics to taming an animal so that it's not always necessary to knock an animal out. You can drop its favorite food close to it and the animal would be interested in that food as a bait and would interact with you. It'll start to follow you around. It'll ask you to pet it. It'll ask you to defend it against things that attack it. Some of the animals, like this Giga here shown on that picture, will insist that you fight them to prove that you're the alpha animal. It's very engaging. It's nice. I've only used it once so far. So if I was to use immersive taming in order to tame a Pteranodon, there are some other mechanics involved in that. And I believe, nope, I don't have my immersive taming book. Did I put a taming journal in cargo? Let's go find out. Nope, I did not. So, I'm not sure. I do believe this has not been updated for the new kibble system yet. More than likely, the developers kit has not been updated yet with the new information that the immersive taming mod creator would need. As a matter of fact, let's just click like a bunny, go check out his page. This is Immersive Taming by Burgess. I'm not going to count how many S's those are. And okay, so as of March 10th, 2 days ago, the mod author stated that the dev kit is not quite ready for him to update the mod. So I don't know if that means that. I know that, for instance, one of the things that you can use, here's a Pteranodon. In order to tame the Pteranodon, it says that he can be immersive tamed, yes. Doesn't require that you knock him out. Doesn't require that you engage in combat with him. It adds feeding affinity multipliers and will, I believe, cut the amount of time it takes to tame the Pteranodon in half. He will take a raw meat bait or a kibble bait dodo egg. Now, the Pteranodons have already been changed. So a Pteranodon currently will take raw meat or the simple kibble from the medium-sized egg. So more than likely dodo egg kibble will not work for immersive taming of the Pteranodon. That behavior has probably not changed. And is that the goofiest looking Pteranodon you've ever seen? It reminds me of a cartoon of this one character that had a really dangly nose. I can't remember what it was called. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try making some raw meat baits and taking them with me. And if I make the baits, it makes sense to me to just take the kibble bait station, the food bait station, to just take it with me. To make a raw meat bait would require fiber, raw meat, and spark powder. So what we'll do is we'll take what's in here and I will go ahead and pick up this food bait station and take it with me. And when I get a little bit more meat collected, I think what I'll try to do is make some bait right there on the spot and see if it works. And did I pick up fiber? I did not. So that's why I want to take a sickle, is to take some fiber with me. Let's go ahead and grab some fiber to take. Oh yeah, we'll just take that. Alright, so I'm going to switch my armor out. Actually, I needed to keep my shoes. Don't look at me! Don't look at me! Look away. Okay. And I want to put my journal away. While we're out, we're going to pick up thatch too. Oh, and I also want to take some standing torches. I like to have standing torches when I'm taming animals because it gets dark. And I can leave a standing torch next to where an animal is laying in the grass so that I can find it again. So let's see, if I wanted to craft those, they would be under miscellaneous, standing torches. Let's go ahead and take 5. Let's try that again. 5. Okay. Ta-da! There we go. We're all set. There's a stupid hog out there. I hate those things. Alright, I think I've got everything that I could possibly use for taming. And what I'm going to do, because I'm a chicken shit and a coward, is I am going to fly up to Herbivore Island. Oh, and in order to make that flight, I'm going to grab a couple stacks of pennies and put them up on my keyboard. There we go. And for some reason, I'm not sprinting. I have a feeling, I can't remember exactly. I'm pretty sure I am not using classic flyers on this server. I'm not even sure why I have classic flyers. This server uses something else that makes your animals speedy. And I do believe that more than likely, because they've changed the behavior of the animals in how to tame them, that they might have changed something that make them not go fast, make the birds not go fast anymore. I've been a little out of touch as far as the news goes, as far as the news about the game goes, changes and updates and patches and such like. So unfortunately, I really have no clue what has happened and what hasn't. So my apologies for my slow little flyer here. And if you don't mind, I'm going to have a quick drink during this long, slow, boring run. I believe we can see the island, Herbivore Island, standing right there, directly in front of me. Ooh, looks like someone has a base here. Or something. Maybe had a base or is building a base. Gonna land real quick. Make sure there's nothing that's gonna attack me. All right. So anyway, cool thing about the island is, I'm not sure how strong Hobbs is. Hobbs is another free community saber-tooth, so he's not like super strong comparatively speaking, but he might be able to handle some stags. So I might be able to get some prime meat for taming. But most especially, the cool thing is going to be that I can hunt him and build up my meat supplies there on the island. And I don't have to worry about any interference while I'm trying to tame some Pteranadons. I mean, these are just emergency Pteranodons. Yes, I would like to have them be level 168 or above, but if I, can only get a couple of level 100s or whatever, that's fine. The point is that I need emergency flying transportation. The reason why I need emergency flight transportation is to be able to have something to fly, because I'm in a really dangerous area right now with pretty much no dinos and gear, not really all that really defendable. So I kind of rely on them very early on in the game because I chose a hostile place to live. Really gonna look into whether or not I can claim that location right there on the ocean, because if I can, I am so totally gonna take it. That would be so awesome. That's exactly where I want to be, and if I can grab it, I'm gonna grab it. I think that that's a really beautiful spot. Not saying that the middle of the river wasn't great too, but hey, that will be absolutely awesome. So I'll be looking into that either later tonight or tomorrow, hopefully, and see if I can grab that spot. We're doing good on stamina, naturally, since we can't sprint. Oh my god, this is taking forever. Ta-da! We're getting closer. Now, the last time I was on Herbivore Island, there was someone who had a very extensive base there. It was so huge it lagged me out, but actually it wasn't the base that lagged me out. It was a dino that they had, a very special dino. And I'm curious to see whether they're going to still have that or not. That's going to be quite an exciting thing. So while I'm trying to make this trip, this would be a good time for me to explain where I plan to go in this video game. Basically, I'm trying to play through the main content, which means that I want to be able to have a really nice decorative base. I'm really excited about building bases. I like to build creative bases. So one of my goals will be to build an exciting base. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, this is probably not the best time to be discussing what my plans are. I want to write them down, but if I say them now, because I'm such a flirtagibbet, I'm not going to remember what I said. So I'll wait until I get back home and I can have my journal. That's the plan. That's what's going to happen. That's what I'm going to do. Getting closer to the island. There's a nice titanosaur over there. There's something scary down there that wants to eat me. What do you say I do myself a solid and not accidentally fall off my bird while I'm flying over that thing that wants to eat me? Sure would be nice if I could get there in time to grab that purple drop, but I got a feeling I'm not going to make it at the speed. I don't even know if I'm high enough level to pick up a purple drop. I don't even remember what level I am. I haven't played this game since August. I'm not going to distract myself and try to find out what my level is, because if I do, I'll miss getting the drop. This is cool. They built a bridge here. It's cool, but it's not cool. It's cool, I guess, because it's convenient, and it's cool because it's, like, neat. But if I was trying to get a raft through here, I'd be kind of mad because, you know, it's blocking the way. I'm a definite scared coast hugger. Whenever I'm rafting out in the water, I try to avoid the deep water because of the lead sicknesses, which will attack your raft and eat it in 2 bites. As a matter of fact, it was just in this exact area where I ran across an alpha lead sickness, and it was a tragic scene, just absolutely tragic. And there he is. That's a brachiosaur, not a brontosaur. It's, I believe, another modded animal. I'm not sure where it comes from or what mod. I'll have to look that up. And they have built a large, gigantic cliff platform on him with trees. It's the most amazing thing. It's kind of like that world turtle where people think the world is on a turtle, but instead it's this gigantic, beautiful forest on top of this brachiosaur. Whoa! Let's not crash into it. Oh, hey, I wanted to get that drop, didn't I? See, look, I still distracted myself despite telling myself I wouldn't distract myself. Please don't vanish just as I land. Please don't vanish just as I land. Nice supply drop. You're gonna stay there for me, right? I could pick it up. Oh, I could take it. What did I get? What did I get? I got a sword. I love swords. I love swords. And a large crop plot blueprint, which of course everybody needs. So it's dark. We can't see shit. What do you say we do something about that? I can't remember what the thing is. Oh, gamma 3. There we go. I'll lighten it up a little bit. Are you unaggressive? You better not be unaggressive. Where are you going? Get your ass back here! What the hell? Where is my eagle going? No, don't leave me! He left me. He left me alone out here. What is he doing? Why can't I sprint? Come here. What are you doing? Why are you attacking that Okay, he must be set to aggressive. I don't remember what the passive key is. No! Okay, wait. T? Passive. You shit. Get over here. The hell do you think you're doing? You bad bird. I don't believe he just did that. The hell? Okay. We need to check something out here. My... So I'm looking at my game controls and my run key is unassigned. There we go. I don't know why some of my keys, I guess, got unassigned. Now this one I know why it's unassigned. Alright, let's go ahead and save that. And resume. I don't think that I have to restart the game for that to be working. That was crazy. And that's why my bird couldn't go fast. Was because of that. Well, with this huge base here, there aren't going to be as many Pteranadon spawns as there normally would be. Oh, I see quite a few over here. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a look at their levels. I can't see anything. So that's a 28, definitely a no. And this one is a 28, definitely a no. And that one is a 20. Why is everything level 28? That one is level 77. Still a no. So basically we need to kill all these Pteranodons. Actually, we need to kill everything. Let's go ahead and grab my reusable bolas. I guess I'll take my crossbow and my arrows in case I find a Pteranodon that's worth taming. And for some reason, all of my tools that I like to carry around disappeared into my eagle's inventory, so we're going to fix that. This one too. I can't put a torch down near my eagle. Oh well. I guess I should use my pick so that we'll get more meat. Although I guess we won't get much meat off of Pteranadon. So, the way it works when you have an animal in storage is you put him on your toolbar, you throw the ball, and there's your animal. This is Hobbs. Hobbs has leveled up 20 points while he sat in storage. That's pretty cool. Why am I typing to you? Sorry about that, Savian? Is that right? Is the CT standing for Connecticut? Oh, I probably lost you as a viewer, didn't I? I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you come back. Let's see, for my Sabertooth, I want to go with more stamina. Let's try to get the weight up to 500. We'll try to get the melee damage up to 350. That's good right there. And then I think after that, pretty much health. It's a hungry kitty. And we're gonna run around and we're gonna eat things. Ooh, Fiomias are tasty. Yeah, I don't want to make that jump. Level 28. Let's go ahead and immobilize that one. And we'll grab Hobbs. Take her over here and harvest ourselves a level 28 Pteranadon. That's my Phiomia, guys. Guys, they ate my Phiomia. Well, fine. Let's have a look at these Pteranodons here. Level 70. Ah, I lost the other one. There it is. Ooh, 196. I want that one. Ah, bad timing. Let's just take my bola back and grab that guy. All right. Oh, I didn't load my arrows. Let's do that. There we go. So I believe it was either 2 or 3. We'll stop and wait at 2. 3. You should be sleeping. Oh! Please don't fall asleep in the water. Let's keep an eye on this guy. Come on, guy. Oh, don't leave the island. We love you. He's leaving the island. No. I thought the bola would last much longer than that. That was a nice level. Well, shit. We got a bridge. Believe that's him right there, right? Yep. Oh, it's a girl. Come on, little girl. Come on down. Nice, Pteranadon. Nice, Pteranadon. She's just determined to leave this area. She's gonna land up there on the cliff, damn it. Ah. I'll just go back to the island. Once she goes up there, we're looking at all sorts of stupid shit that'll get in the way. So this one's a level 70. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. Oh, hey, a dead shark. Might as well eat it. How are we doing for meat? We could do better. Well, we'll see if any better Pteranodons have shown up around the island. There's one up there. Level 21. Let's go ahead and kill it. Oh, I missed on that one. I'm not used to seeing the parasaurs go out in the water so much out here. Oh, there's a Pteranodon egg. That should make a really angry Pteranodon who'll come and attack me. Yep, there she comes. Oh, got two of them. With my luck, one of them's a really high level. Isn't that just how it goes? There's one. Oh, 28. That's good. It's exactly what we wanted to do. Is kill all the ones that are too low level to tame. Let's see what level this one is. Level 119. Well, for breeding purposes, I want 168 or better, but honestly, I'll be happy to tame anything that's over 100 just for using. Just because I really want to have some emergency Pteranodons just hanging around as my backup plan. So we could keep an eye on this one. And wait for it to land. I won't say no to a trilobite snack while I'm waiting. I'm not positive, but I think that the saber-tooths have really good chitin collection, which means that harvesting this trilobite with hobs, yeah, that was a good amount of chitin, wasn't it? 210 chitin, I really won't argue against that. Okie dokie. Time to set the gamma back to normal, huh? Oh, much nicer, don't you think? Oh, these things just like glide around all day. $243 is really good for a parasaur. Let's see if we can get a good bead on that one there. 189 and landing. I'll take it. Oh, that is just so pretty. And he's down. Perfect. We'll leave him there for now. Oh, let's go ahead and take the bullet off of him. I guess it doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, it's a returning thing, so... yeah, heck with it. So it's just a matter of keeping him asleep. Now, the dodo dex on the website doesn't tell you how hungry you should let your team become. But if I go to the dodo dex using my tablet will tell me, based on the stats that I plug into it, what food level I should let the hunger go down to before I feed it, and how many pieces and such. So let me just double check on my dodo dex and make sure that I have my settings and multipliers set correctly. Yeah, the teaming speed is set at 1, so let me set it to 5. And let me see. It should let me set what the max level is going to be, but I guess it doesn't. Okay, so we're going to save these settings, and I'm going to go back, and I'm going to look up Pteranadon. And we're going to set it to level 189. And we're going to tell it that we're using raw meat. So it says the total time will be 1 hour, 5 minutes. And this is what I'm looking for, is the starve timer. So it says if it's maximum food value is 5640, And if I say that its current food value is 55.60, then it says that I think I'm supposed to feed him when he gets down to 12.18. So I'm going to plug in the power on my tablet and move it over here so I can keep an eye on it. And I'm going to run on over to Cargo and grab that blue stuff that was supposed to make an animal go hungry faster. And I can't aim. There we go. We got hubs. Let's go on back over there. So let's grab that. Let's grab some of these. Obviously don't need 95 of those. Why is it that every time I try to tame an animal, a Bronto has to come stomp all over it? And let's just feed it one of these and see what happens. Oh yeah, you see its food is going down pretty quickly. She's a little too low level. I mean, she's okay. I think it's okay to be picky. I don't know. It's hard to say. I wish I knew what to do, whether I should just grab any old ones because I just need any old ones, or whether I should try to be picky and take my time and get the level 120, 168s or above. At 128, she's above 100, which is good. That's, you know, what do you call it? Good enough for government work? Let's go check out this one over here. I think that was the one that was like barely 100 that I was waiting on before. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that's a level 35. Let's go ahead and just go kill that one while it's available on the ground. You're too low level, buddy. My apologies, but Darwin has spoken. $133. 126. This tech parasaur is particularly pretty and a really good level. Let's go check on the Pteranadon if I can get to it. I got nervous because I thought the bottom bar was the unconscious bar. Let's go with 4477. So when I put in the new food value, it says it'll only take 7 minutes for it to go down. I believe I brought a taming book, didn't I? Yes, I did. Let's go ahead and read it. So for the parasaur, tech parasaur, it needs a berry bag bait, a veggie bag bait, or sulfur bulk bait. And I don't have any of those, but I could go make them and come back. It'd be worth it to get that tech parasaur. Oh hey, the drop is down. Let's go grab it. There we go. Yay, it's a blueprint for a metal door frame, which I probably don't need. Oh well. There's that purple winged Pteranadon. Let's just double check again. That one is 133 is the purple, and the yellow was 126. They're both high enough for emergency Pteranodons. It's very unlikely that either of them will be breeding Pteranodons. So if either of those two land while I'm over here, I'll grab them. Let's have a look. So we're at 4,200. Oh, at this point I should be able to instant tame this guy. Let's grab some meat. Would he like fish better than meat? Let's double check. Nope, he would like regular raw meat more than he would like fish meat. So let's go give him some meat. And there he goes, he's being hungry. Starting to think that this blue stuff that I brought along was a really good idea. There he is. All right, he's all set. Disabling the ally looking is one of the first things I do. For all of my animals, I change them to ignore group whistles, unless I actually have them in a group. And for my birds, I like to keep them on passive for now. I know that they've added a new ability to have a hotkey that tells an animal to land immediately. I haven't assigned that hotkey yet, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe I did, I don't know. So we give ourselves a soul ball. We wait for all these animals to go away. And we now have my Pteranadon loaded into a soul ball. Isn't that great? So there's my first emergency Terra. Oh, hey. There's my second emergency Terra. There we go. So now I'm going to go back into the Dodo Decks and change the level from 189 to... What level is this? This is... I don't know what level. What level are you, my dear? 126. So we'll say... $126. And now for starve timing, if the max food is 2880 and its current food is 2840, and I tell it to start the timer. It says 42 minutes until it's ready to tame. But we're going to go ahead and use this blue stuff and get it hungry. Because that worked out really well. We shaved off like 40 minutes, I believe. We're going to take Cargo and put him next to the tame I'm waiting on. That was a pretty dangerous thing to do. So for our next Pteranodon, what do you say we try to do a passive tame using the immersive taming mod? And in order to do that, I would need this spark powder and this fiber, and I would place this down on the ground here. powder meat. And we would make, what do you say we make 100? Oh, wait. It says I can only craft 53. Well, let's craft 53. So the Dodo deck says that I should be able to tame this Pteranadon in 3 minutes at the current food level. Okey-doke. So, doing good so far. Another minute, 30 seconds. It should be time to feed. I'll go ahead with one more narcotic to keep her asleep. And let's go ahead and begin giving her some food. She's a hungry girl. Now at this point, since I have a boy Pteranodon and a girl Pteranodon, I can just breed them to get more emergency Pteranodons. But what I want to do is I want to show, well, first I'd like to test and see if immersive taming is working at all. If you ignore the kibble, will the default meat work? So we're going to try that, and then barring that, the next thing I'd like to do is if immersive taming is working, I'd like to go ahead and try taming another 2 Pteranodons using immersive taming. That way we'll have a comparison between the regular knockout taming using the blue potion called the appetizer versus the immersive taming. And as a matter of fact, while we're waiting on her to finish her meal, we can go ahead and have a look at my mods here and see if I can find the one that I am using. It's called Appetizer. Appetizer by ZFG's Workshop basically creates several different edibles that do different things. There's the regular low-level appetizer, which unlocks at level 5 and increases the food drain 10 times faster than normal for 60 seconds. And Appetizer X is a higher level. It unlocks at level 30 and it instantly removes 80 food and just instantly removes 80 food. Okay. There's an appetizer grenade that you can throw at a wild dino, and it also works underwater. And for passive taming dinos, you receive a buff for 2 minutes, allowing you to feed them every 10 seconds. For wild dinos, either conscious or unconscious, they will instantly have 240 food removed. So that's the appetizer grenade. Appetizer trink darts. Inflicts torpor the same way vanilla darts do, and the multiplier is changed in the configuration for the server. So I'm not sure what the appetizer trink darts are set to for the server. That's a thing that I'd have to look at. So that is the appetizer mod used by this this server set. I'm not usually too fond of having lots and lots and lots of mods. Currently, the cluster servers that I am playing on is using 27 mods. Some of them I feel are specifically redundant and unnecessary. And others are pretty darn cool, and I like having them around. So Gilda here is going to go into a ball, but first we're going to adjust her settings. Disable ally looking and change to ignore group whistles and change to passive. And now I will load her, whoops, wrong button. I will load her into a soul ball. There we go, Gilda's all set. And I'm going to put Gilda inside cargo for safety. And there's a mating set of Pteranodons. All right, using the traditional knockout timer. Let's go eat that trilobite. Mmm, 90 chitin. So there's the purple Pteranodon over there. Pretty bad lag at that base. Let's double check the level here. 133, she'll do. So the way I understand it, you are supposed to just drop these baits within their vicinity. So I'm gonna go, whoops, it's not what I wanted to do. Oh. See that? See that? This could be the start of a lasting friendship. Very good. Let's go ahead and drop another one. Oh, looks like she's not noticing it. Oh, she just noticed it. Here she comes. Come on, little girl. She likes it. She ate it. See that? Oh, yeah. I can pet her. Oh, she was startled. So I have to increase her trust. I wonder if she'll come back or if she's just gonna like leave forever. Let's go ahead and separate out another couple pieces here. And let's not. I think I see her over there. Is that her? That's her. All right. I am no longer a threat. I wonder if it's safe to pet her. Yeah, it's safe to pet her. Don't go too close to the water, little girl. Those sharks come right up here. Let's go ahead and drop another piece of meat for her. Oh, you see that, huh? You hungry? Oh, yeah. Oh, now she'll take it directly from my hand. See that? So now we have turned into a full passive tame at 36% tamed. Where are you going? Don't leave me. I can pet her. And I can feed her. I missed that message. Oh, she's following me now. I'll go ahead and raise the light up a little bit. She's hungry again. Oh. So now it says she may want to be cared for now and again. Let's pet her again. Oh, so now she might start presenting me gifts. Where are you going? I thought she liked being petted by me. Ah. Well, here she comes. Aren't you hungry? Come and be tamed by me. So where are we at? We're at 93%. Oops. Don't go too close to the water. Those sharks are evil. They will eat you. Yay, we got her! So I'm going to name this one Scout. That's terrific! So that's how immersive taming works in comparison to knockout taming. And if things go well, I think what we'll do is we'll take a quick flight back home. Let's see. Disable ally looking. I wish the menu didn't close after you selected something. Pretty typically, it's set up for a controller instead of for a keyboard, even though it started out as a PC game. Change her to passive and double check. Again, just ignore whistles, ally, passive. Good. I'm gonna turn her off of follow. Do I have any soul balls on me? No, I don't. Okay, so I'm gonna leave her here. So I'm gonna leave Hobbs here, safe on passive. Double check what Hobbs has. Let's go ahead and take some of this stuff with me. I could eat that egg. I'll leave the meat here. And actually I probably need this. I'll leave this here and this here. Put the hatchet back where it belongs. Okay, that's good. Okay, so Hobbs will stay here. Let me go ball up Scout. Let's see, cargo. There we go. So that's all the stuff we're gonna dump and drop off while we're there. And we'll set down our automatic pennies and head back to the base. So we'll go ahead and make the veggie bait and see if we can tame that tech parasaur while we're here. certainly wouldn't mind having a parasaur. It'll give me some eggs for kibble towards a different kind of kibble, I'm pretty sure. They don't lay the extra small eggs. I'll have to look it up when I get back to the base. Long flight. So, I really like the immersive taming. I don't know how it will affect you in a less safe environment, and I haven't tried it on aggressive animals yet. With aggressive animals like, let's say, I want to tame a dillo, you can create the bait by attaching it to an arrow and aim the arrow over close to where the aggressive animal is, and eventually, after it's eaten enough of your bait, it will no longer attack you, and then you can hand feed it. And after another level of trust, others of its species will not attack you. So say I shoot an arrow at a dillo and it eats the bait, and I keep feeding it with arrows until it will no longer attack me, and then I hand feed it. And after I give it 2 or 3 hand feedings, if any other dillos are in the area, they will not attack me. They'll be nice to me. That's pretty much how it's supposed to work. And what I figure we'll do is we'll do comparison tamings for each of the animals, and we'll do, one of my goals is to go through all of the dossiers as I unlock them and tame the animal that I unlock the dossier for. So when I unlock the dossier that is for, say, a dillo, we'll go out and we'll tame some dillos, and we'll do them both in the regular default way using a couple of helpers like the appetizer things or maybe even grenades. And the other thing that we can do is then immersive tame them and kind of compare the two. How long did it take? How easy was it? How easy was it to get together the materials to make the stuff to feed them once they were either knocked out or taking baits? There are several different kinds of baits. There are some baits that you can attach to balloons that will float, and you could try to float them up in the area where, like, say, an eagle is flying and hope that the eagle will take, interest in it. And there are also baits that are, I forget, there's something like bait traps. There's the bait arrows that you can shoot distantly. And I think there's some kind of bait trap as well. Since I'm here where there's a thing of crystal, I'm going to go harvest that crystal. Crystal is the material that you use to make the soul balls to trap the dinos in. Oh no! Okay, the reason why I'm saying oh no is because I really wanted to go around and collect all the dossiers as a specific thing. So we've unlocked the otter dossier completely unintentionally. Really didn't mean to do it. I didn't see it there in the dark and the rain. If I had, I would have avoided it. Just quite simply because I really, really, really wanted to go and just do a concerted thing with all the dossiers all at once. And even read them while I go. So, a little bummed about that. So on we go. Not too bad. I can do a trip back and forth to the herbivore island with only one rest in between. I've really built up stamina on cargo. Stamina and weight. Specifically for this exact sort of purpose. There's my cabin. So the dino storage, is it here? No. This was one of the problems I had, is I have a really hard time finding out where they are. Dino doesn't find them. Is it soul? There we go. Soul balls. Soul traps. Let's go ahead and make 50 of them. I am missing a Pteranadon. Uh-oh. Maybe it's on cargo. No, it's not on cargo. Oh, there they are. That's strange that they weren't showing up at first. Well, apparently I'm getting more soul balls than just 50. Well, that's okay then. And apparently that leveled me up. And apparently I am level 75.